Well, I'm back fast, you guys, because holy moly, Jenelle and David are all over Facebook and Instagram right now on a tirade. I mean, straight dropping all kinds of allegations about Olivia Leedham related to the ongoing custody battle with David's 5-year-old son, Caden. I told you in a previous stream that I just uploaded like an hour ago that Olivia Leedham is looking for money for her ongoing custody case between her and David Eason related to their 5-year-old son, Caden. Now, she has primary and permanent legal custody of Caden, and David has visitation. But he has had a lot of issues with maintaining and paying child support. He had issues where he had an ongoing restraining order. In 2016, he violated a restraining order and actually went to prison, or jail, I'm sorry, for that restraining order. And now, after Olivia started a GoFundMe because of this ongoing litigation related to Caden, Jenelle and David obviously could not stay silent, because why would they, right? Why would they? David posted his story, right? And then he deleted it quickly. And then he posted another story, and then he posted reviews on Olivia's business page. He is looking like a petty Jerk. You know what I'm saying? And Jenelle then uploaded this diatribe, like 3,000 word essay about Olivia being a cheater, a drug addict, an alcoholic, abusive. She literally called Olivia. She says she's bringing attention to spousal abuse by a woman. Can you even imagine? Can you imagine? This is like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, because guess what? Olivia doesn't have a background at all that like is consistent with anything that they're levying against her. And I'm going to bring you up and I'll tell you everything that they said. But David's the one who has the background, criminal background, that is reasons why he doesn't have access to Caden. But now it's Olivia's fault. So this is insanity. I'm going to start with David's response, and then we'll sort of go from there. And Olivia responded. I did reach out to her, you guys, on Facebook. She has not responded yet, but she has commented on a couple of her posts. So I do have her sort of reactions to what they had to say. So it all started with a GoFundMe that she started last night, alleging that she needed money, okay? So David responds by saying, I'm super scared for my son's Caden's safeties. His mother is on DRUGS's and has kept him from me for a long time, trying to hide her bad habits. This woman has kept Caden from me since before he was born and has asked me to sign a paper saying I didn't have to be his dad. Olivia has always been very abusive towards me and even put my son's life in danger several times while she was pregnant. This woman has been with 7 different men in the past 3 years and has lived in 7 different houses, rentals, including her mom's ex-husband's extra room. She has told Caden to call 2 of her boyfriend's daddy against my wishes. She attacked me multiple occasions with Caden in her womb, but of course she blames me for it. She's jumped out of my truck after throwing all of my things out of the window because I pretended to throw her purse out of the window. Like, how is it my fault she jumped out? This woman literally has lied to the entire world looking for donations and sympathy. She was never CHOKED or pushed or anything of that sort. That was all accusations she has tried to use against me in court that I was not charged with. The reason she got a restraining order was because she had an argument in a parking lot in front of Caden. Nothing happened, so I didn't even represent myself or get an attorney in court because I had done nothing wrong. But when you don't represent yourself, they automatically find you guilty. Well, there is no sympathy for me, and at this point, she has broken the law so many times, I would be surprised if she doesn't end up in jail when I take her back to court. She thinks she can take me back, but I paid my child support. If you if you give her money, she will buy more DRUGS's pills and spend it on herself. I will show proof to you guys today that she is a liar and a scam artist. Wow. So we're supposed to believe David that Olivia is a scam artist. And you know what I find interesting here? Not even so much that I don't believe any of it, but the fact that he has to point out that she's been with 7 different people in 3 years that have, and 2 of them have called him daddy, and all of these different accusations, as though a woman who is not in a relationship isn't allowed to have other people in her life. That's kind of irrelevant at this point. And then this other like levied allegation that somehow she was the one that did the things that were DV against him. Have you seen David? He is a big strapping man. And we've seen how he acts on Teen Mom. We've seen how he acts on Instagram. We've seen the posts he makes on Instagram and on Facebook. We have seen his record, which includes multiple arrests. Who are you going to believe in a case like this? Somebody who has a clean history and maybe has made some mistakes, or somebody who has the background of David? Now, to add insult to injury here, Jenelle went all in, and she decided that she was going to call out Olivia in a ridiculously long post. Now, I'm going to just post it up here real quick, and then I'll read you some of the highlights because it's like 3,000 million words. So just to give you another indication, so David posted this, then she posts this, which again is super long. You can pause this if you want the screenshots. I have no doubt that this will eventually be deleted off of their Facebook account. When someone asked about the donation, she called her an addict. And then David Eason left a review, which basically says that she tells all of her drama to clients while cutting hair. Last time she cut mine, she butchered it, and I had to go get it fixed elsewhere. She also stabbed me in the back of my head with scissors when she turned around. Yeah, I'm serious. Like, this is the kind of crap that she says about him. Okay. So in Jenelle's post, this is how Jenelle starts out her post. Since 2015, David has always been a loving father. We've had arguments at times that went public and dealt with the family issues, but through all of this, he has always been a great and stable father. When I met David, I couldn't believe how hard of a worker he truly was, and able to be the first guy I witnessed to take care of his daughter on his own. She showed so much love towards her father and was by his side ever since. When it comes to Marissa and her mother, their relationship wasn't ever that strong. Her mother has always been in and out of her life and still is to this day. Marissa has been through a lot in her situation and ended up in our sole custody in 2017 after our daughter Ensley was born. This was due to her mother's DRUGS's, okay? So when I first asked David about his son, Caden, he was very emotional. He explained to me that David and Olivia broke up due to her being unfaithful and abusive. He said that Olivia left marks on his skin and would hang out with other men in their driveway while using Mary Jane in the car while David was sleeping. Olivia thought it was also very funny to kick men in the private areas and did this frequently to David. He also explained that Olivia had an excessive alcohol problem. Her problem was so severe she ended up in AA and has not been back to classes in years. She would beg David to go with her. She lied and said that David pushed her and that that he pushed her up the stairs, and when in reality she pushed him when he was 6 months pregnant and flipped his recliner backwards. David was concerned about her story because he knew she was lying about the true story. And a couple days later, David found out that Olivia had told her mother that he pushed her down when she was standing face to face in the kitchen and that she fell backwards on her stomach. I do not think it's possible unless you're a ballerina. Somehow all of her lies get twisted into David pushed her up the stairs. Oh, you guys, I'm always like, how does Jenelle actually believe any of this? She says David was at his son's birth in 2013. They lived together until he was 8 months old. At that point, she broke up with him, or he broke up with her due to her issues with alcohol. She was staying up all hours of night drinking with her friends. They would be very loud and partying at the house, and David would be sleeping with the kids. David had to get up for work the next day. When David and Olivia broke up, she decided to go to the magistrate a week later and charge him with DV, claiming that he CHOKED'd her. Of course, when they went to court, Olivia was caught in lies during the trial, including an admission that she lied in her original statement. The statement on the stand during testimony is, well, he didn't actually do that. He didn't actually leave any marks. He only put his hand on my chest. He didn't actually throw the phone at me. He threw a pillow on my bed. Olivia and David were together at this time. They got back together after that, and she says that they got back together. But then this is where she starts saying that Olivia starts dating all these other people, she's involved with all of these men who swear and who cuss. Okay, you guys, we've seen the videos of David basically telling Jenelle that he wishes that she would DIE while he's chopping up vegetables in the kitchen. We've also seen how David stormed off while Jenelle and him were fighting, and she told him to not come back. We have seen evidence of explosive fights on the property where he smashed and completely destroyed a bathroom. But we are supposed to believe that Olivia is the one that is doing all of these things, and that because she is dating all these men, she's just such a hussy, and she has an alcohol problem. Does this sound like a little bit of projection? Who do you think actually has the problem with alcohol? Do you want to venture a guess how many DUIs David has, including while his son was alive? He has 3. 3. Who do you think is telling the truth in this situation? Who is the man that had, according to court records, 2,000 rounds of ammunition and dozens of guns? It wasn't Olivia. A court ordered him to pay child support because he wouldn't pay. If he was so scared, why wasn't he paying child support? Why was he spending his wife's money on a boat and adjacent property and a car? Like a $40,000 car. He couldn't pay for child support, but he could do all those things, right? You know, I have a feeling that none of this is going to end well for them. She makes all of these accusations about how all of these men have been in and out of her life, calling her daddy, which again, I think is extremely interesting, right? How many people has Jenelle been with? Do we really need to go there, Jenelle? Do we need to talk about Gary Head or Cortland Rogers or Kiefer or Nathan, or now it's David? So how many people have been in and out of Jace's life? Do you want to do like a comparison? Do you want to do like compare contrast? Because frickin' Barbara could say all the same things about you, Jenelle. It's pretty, the DUI is not necessarily related to when Caden was born. I'm saying he has a total of 3, but one of those was during the time that Caden was alive, if that makes sense. Hope you guys understand that. David does not have any income. In his court records in May, he had no income and told the court he could not work due to vitiligo, to which the court said that is not a debilitating condition. You can work, and you are just being lazy. That's literally what the court said. So he was not working, according to the court, to avoid paying child support. So there's been, and then she's like writing all of this stuff about how she's purposely neglecting the child from the father. She says it's a very touchy subject and David doesn't like to discuss it, but he had the courage today to speak out. Before anyone says anything about my home or situation, we have invited Olivia to our house to check it out, and she refuses. David has tried keeping in touch with his son for months. Olivia refuses to even answer the phone or text messages. He ordered scheduled Skype sessions, and she claims that Caden doesn't want to talk to you. We have been investigated heavily by CPS, and it was dismissed for plenty of reasons. Olivia knows this but still tries to keep the drama. She might have had her day in court against my husband, but there are other times, there comes a time when both sides of the story need to be told. David and I aren't perfect 24/7, but we try our damnedest to be the best parents we can ever be. Since having our issues, we have done co-parenting classes, DV courses, anger management, and hair follicle drug testing. We did this voluntarily on our own will to be better people and move on from this past. Co-parenting is about working with each other, not against each other. And then she says, I will not put Olivia down as a mother, but I will say she is a horrible friend, girlfriend, employee, and wife. Olivia is an alcoholic, cheater, drug addict, scam artist, and abuser. She will not put down Olivia's parenting, but she will call her all of those things and then accuse her of having addictions and putting Caden into situations with men that he doesn't know. A lot of this really just sounds like Jenelle and David projecting all of their past mistakes onto Olivia. Now, how did Olivia respond? She says, oh my gosh, I'm beyond excited and so grateful to all of you. Thank you for supporting us and helping us get through this. My heart is filling with joy, and God I know is watching out for my baby boy. Don't worry about any bashing they have to say. It's not affecting me at all. They will never change, and all I have to do is focus on doing what I need to win this. It's about Caden and his safety. And she says, don't worry about what they have to say. They love drama, and I knew the bashing would come. It's only making them look bad. It's about Caden and his safety. Let them be them and create as much drama as they like. And then Jenelle also posted these photos on her Facebook. This isn't going to go well for her. And then this is to drive home the point that, you know, she's apparently had a lot of boyfriends. And then this one. It's just, you know, every time she does something where it's like she tries to prove people like that she's a decent person, then this happens, right? A couple days ago, we were all like, give her a break. Jax is alive. Everything's fine. And now she's posting photos with things that say drunk, sympathy face, and going after a woman who doesn't have anything in her background, doesn't have convictions, has had the court consistently favor her and award her custody and award OOPs against David. I mean, you guys, these two are so good at gaslighting and so good at deflecting. And as Olivia said, none of this is going to go well for them because all of this can be used against them in any ongoing cases, because smearing someone's name like this is ridiculous. And even on Olivia's GoFundMe, she really didn't say all that much about David. She just said that she was worried for her son. And that was it. So who are you going to believe here? Are you going to believe Jenelle and David? Are you going to believe Olivia? Based on history and what history tells me about, I know that history isn't always a predictor, but it is a good indication of what could happen. And based on his own history and Jenelle's own history, and they're both having criminal records, I'm going to say that Olivia's probably the one telling the truth here. Now, that's just my opinion. It's not a fact, but you can draw your own conclusions. These posts are up on Jenelle Eason's Facebook page if you want to see them. Please try not to be too hostile. And also remember, get screenshots, because it's likely all of this will be deleted within hours. All right, you guys, I'll be back later with more, but I wanted you to know that this video was done because of all of the messages I got from you after I did the last upload. So as always, if you see stuff, make sure you send me a message on Instagram or on Twitter. All right, you guys, bye.